What's up, guys? Another video on the Porsche. Today we're going to be doing a lot of fab work. First things first, I designed a rear seat delete plate, which is also going to house the air filter and airbox and stuff like that. So we're going to get that CNC cut, and then we can start working on the airbox. And then we also may start working on the brake lines, who knows what else. So let's get to it. Alright, so I got the file pulled up on my cutting computer. I already used sheet cam right here to set up all the cuts and everything. I'm not going to show you that in this video, but if you guys want, I can cover that in a later video or do a whole explanation of what goes on here. But yeah, now that we're here, we're just going to hit run and then resume, and then it's going to go and cut all of the. It's going to do like a little spot weld on each of the holes that get drilled. And here it is, test fitted in the car. Fits pretty well, which is cool. The air filter is sitting where it's going to be, except I'm going to have to cut this thing off of the trans, which is just some stupid, who knows what. So I got to cut that off, and I will probably drill a couple holes and drop some Clecos in there, and then we can start working on the airbox as well. So here's the design I made on SolidWorks. Basically, it's a really simple design. This is going to be the front part of the airbox, and then what I do is I drop it on my Google Drive and go over to the other computer and cut it out. So I got the side pieces tacked in place along with the revised front piece, and then I made up this the rear panel, which has the two outlets which go to those, obviously. And I did get the dimensions a little off. These are pretty close to the top, but that'll be totally fine. It'll give me more clearance anyways. And then got it all contoured with the Bailey sheet metal brake, and it fits up there pretty well, just like that. So it's just about ready to weld, and I'm gonna drop a bunch of tack welds just like this, and then I can pull it off, weld it inside and out everywhere, and then clean up all the outside welds, make it look like a nice, like, you know, cast piece or a factory style piece, I guess. And right here is the piece bolted on there with some random bolts, which will be proper countersunk. Basically just threw a couple riv nuts, boom, boom, and bolted it right up. And yeah, like I said earlier, this will get powder coated. Most likely that red from the engine right there. So it'll be that color. And it'll have this, and I'll probably fill in those insets with, you know, some red or something that looks hot, I don't know. And another thing I've been working on is finally finishing all the rust repair up here. So I got all that filled in. I'm still going to make a plate to cover up that hole right there. I got those filled in right there and there. There was 3 circles right here, which were just for like wires and whatnot to pass through, so I got rid of those. There was a whole lot of rust in this area, so I just cut out the whole square, redid that. And then right here was the same as this spot. There was just quite a few holes. That was this piece right here. Instead of filling in each individual hole, I just cut the whole area out and made one piece. Saved a lot of time. So that, you can kind of see it in there. It needs ground down, but it's basically ready to go. And then we're pretty much up here is pretty much ready to get primered, and then we could start working on body filler. And basically the way it works is, from what I've researched, and obviously I am not a professional in this, is we're going to lay down, from here on the bare metal, we're going to lay down an epoxy primer. And then, and if any of you are painters or have experience with this, feel free to correct me because I'm still learning a lot. So yeah, we're going to lay down the epoxy primer, and then we're going to do any body filler that we need to do. And then from there, we'll lay down more epoxy primer, I think. And that'll just get it all one color because the filler's a different color than the primer. And then we could spray the top coat on it, which will be red. And then you spray the clear coat. So we're almost to that stage. I'm going to spray epoxy primer on it soon. And then it'll all be one color, and I won't need to worry about it rusting. And that'll be really cool. And then a lot of stuff like in here will probably get like an undercoating, just because this will essentially all be out in the elements. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to seal everything off, but this up to here will be in the elements, and then behind there will probably be sealed off just so it can stay dry and not be noisy in the cabin or anything. The further off you seal the sound, the less noise you have, even though it's still going to be a fucking race car. The battery's going in here, like I've said previously, and then it's all just going to be a bunch of stock stuff, nothing crazy. And then I do have an idea right here, because this is usually a duct, I think, for the air conditioning goes in there. I'm not totally sure how it all works from the factory, but I'm thinking about making that into a fresh air duct, running a hose to there, and then also what I've seen is somebody actually run a vent right to that gauge hole. So I might end up doing that because that would be kind of cool, and it would also save me money from having to buy 5 gauges. I can just buy 4 of them, and yeah, I'm balling on a budget over here, so anything helps. And another one of the million things I'm working on is a whole front coilover suspension setup. So this is a custom front cross member that I'm making, then custom lower control arms with adjustable rod ends, and it uses a factory ball joint. This is just an old shitty one, and this right here will tie into the front, and then I also made a point on the cross member to tie into the same point right here, which is, you can kind of see it up in there. So that'll add a lot of rigidity to the front, and then also from the same point right there, we'll run to this factory whatever location, and that'll just help brace the whole chassis. This one is that is a factory bracing setup. The other one is an aftermarket, like, custom setup. And right here is that gangster little Odyssey battery I was talking about. It is an Odyssey, let's see if you'll get on that. Nope, of course not. Odyssey PC925. I think I'm going to have it mounted just like that. And however I do end up mounting it, I will have the like a bracket kit for sale, so you guys can do the same thing. Just because I'm not a huge fan of what's available on the market, so might as well fix the problems that I find, just like this. The other one I've seen puts the battery a lot higher, which sort of wastes the whole idea of your smuggler's box. This case, I could, cover the whole bottom and still have a good 6 inches deep to house my groceries, my 1 gallon of milk, I think. That should be good, right? And right here are the almost completed wing stands. Still need to give a little bit of finish work on them. And I think I figured out how my autofocus is going to work. I need a smaller lens for my camera. So there's that. Yeah, but they're pretty dope. They are about 6 inches taller than the old ones. And I made them so they're cool. Because that's how that works. And I pulled the motor out so I can weld in these rear camera boxes. And I will be doing that on the next video. Those will be going right here. And I'll be showing you how I'm installing them and what they do. And they'll be available for purchase on our website. So check them out if you want to join the camber gang or join the non-camber gang. That'll do it. Stay tuned, subscribe, and we're gonna get more shit done on this bitch.
Hold up, wait.
Hold up.
I found my new favorite.
See that stupid fucking autofocus. But yeah, Fiat, is that the Fiat 124?
124 Spider.
Mm-hmm.
I think I found my new favorite.
I like
convertible too.
Those are dope. It's basically the new Miata though.
Dude, it has a 1.4 turbo.
I know. It's the new Miata with a different engine, and it's way more expensive. But since it's a Fiat, the price fell on its face.
Yes, I know. We'll be able to buy one for like $1,000 in 3 years.
Yeah, I know. It's great.